As the sun hung low in the sky, a lone figure traversed the desolate streets of a forsaken desert city. A silhouette against the backdrop of crumbling buildings and twisted metal. Each step taken by the solitary wanderer echoed through the silent ruins, a somber rhythm that reverberated through the very soul of the forgotten metropolis. This was not just any wanderer, but the young warrior Zoubeed, heir to the proud legacy of the DZ tribe's chieftain, his determined strides a testament to the resilience of his people in the face of adversity. With eyes sharp and senses heightened, Zoubeed moved with a purpose, his every movement a silent prayer to the souls of the precursors who once inhabited these monuments of concrete and steel, beseeching them for guidance in this desolate new world. With each careful step, Zoubeed scanned the debris-strewn streets, searching for any remnants of value that could be salvaged for his nomadic tribe. As he arrived at the old harbor, a sense of unease began to gnaw at the edges of his consciousness. But he could not help but gaze out at the eerily beautiful sunset shimmering on the waves. He stared, as if enthralled, at the sea. And it was then that he saw it, a brilliant flash of purple beneath the waves far out at sea. Images entered his mind as if implanted there by outside force, images of a day of reckoning, of subjugation and extermination, and an eternity of silence. The visions sent shivers down his spine, filling him with a sense of utter dread and hopeless despair. Without hesitation, Zoubeed turned and fled, his heart pounding in his chest as he raced back to his tribe, encamped just outside the ruins of the city once known as Anaba. As he barreled past the sentrymen, breathless and wild-eyed, he recounted his tale to his gathered kin. The elder soothsayer was especially alarmed, and the shaman's eyes widened and sweat trickled down his wizened visage as Zoubeed spoke of the eerie omen he had just witnessed. With a voice heavy with gravitas, the elder addressed the proud young warrior.
Zoubeed, my boy, listen carefully, for what I am about to tell you is of grave import. For decades, I have been haunted by visions of a terrible evil rising from the depths of the sea, crashing onto the land and destroying all in its path. These visions are just as you described. The silence will soon be upon us. Zoubeed, I beseech you, go and seek out my former mentor, Master Malgrim, who lives many miles to the north. He will know what to do.
The soothsayer unfurls one of the many maps charted by the nomads on their travels and points out the foothills by the verdant forests to the north.
A word of warning, Zoubeed, your task will not be easy. When I last visited my former mentor, he was a broken man, a husk of who he once was. You will see what I mean.
Zoubeed heeds the words of the wise old sage and gives a steadfast nod. He might be a warrior, not a diplomat, but he was certain he would succeed in appealing to the reclusive sorcerer. After a few words of encouragement from his tribesmen, he gathers a knapsack of supplies and solemnly departs on his quest, soaked in the sacred light from the ethereal crescent moon, high up in the clear night sky.